We're here with Pete from Fat Guy Inc. Please introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, my name is Pete Vasquez and I am one half of Fat Guy Inc.
Have you been diagnosed? Have you been diagnosed with depression or any other disorder?
I'm going to make a long answer kind of short. I noticed something was off basically my entire life. There was anxiety attacks and there was all sorts of things going on. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I was finally diagnosed with major depressive disorder and panic anxiety disorder.
Has your depression and other diagnoses limited your functioning in daily life?
It's actually helped because before I was limited. I didn't know what was wrong. So I was doing things and acting out and lashing out and not knowing why, because just for whatever set of circumstances I had, that's just what I thought was the norm, until I finally realized I needed to get help. I got the help. I realized what I had, that I had a problem, or I had these issues, I had these diseases. And now I can, with the help of medication and counseling and just friends and awareness, I can function a little bit better and know what's going on with things.
When did that happen?
It's still happening. That's never like, oh, you're fine or you're fixed or whatever. I'm learning the tools and I'm getting the help and I'm getting the medication, and every day is a work in progress. Some days are bad days. Some days are awesome. Trying to fight to have the better days, to take over the good days take over the bad. But every day is something new and every day is moving forward, day by day.
How have people in your life been helpful or harmful regarding your illness?
Some people are completely unaware and they don't know, or they don't care to know, and they think you're just looking for attention, or they think that you're just, oh, you're just messed up. Get over it. It's the worst thing you can say to anybody, especially if they're in the middle of an episode, or if they're in the middle of an attack, or if they're just in the middle of their being in their head, because depression is all the time. It's an all the time thing. It's all the time your brain fighting against you. So to have that and then have somebody not have your back with it kind of makes it a lot worse and goes into some dark places. But at the same time, I've had a lot of people around me know that the best thing anybody can do, and I tell people this all the time, the best thing you can do if you're not sure and you don't know what to say, you know what to do, and I tell my friends this, and a lot of them do it, they'll give me space and whatnot, and they'll make sure I'm okay, but they'll ask me straight up, are you okay? And I can tell them, yeah, I'm fine. Or I can get that relief, like, okay, somebody knows I'm not alone, and I can be like, okay, yeah, now I'm fine, I'm good. Or I can be like, I need help, like, help me. All you have to ask is, are you okay? That's all it takes.
It's a great question. How has art affected your depression? Or not affected, but
how has art gone hand in hand with my depression?
Sure.
I can look back. Yeah, it has. I can go back and see a lot of pieces that I did. Not like comic book stuff, but maybe some comic book stories. But I can look back and see a lot of paintings and things that I did. And it's like, wow, where was I? Like, where was my head when I did that? Or I can see when maybe I've come out of a depression, and it's like, you can see the night and day differences in a lot of things. But it's also at the same time, even doing like painting Pikachu or doing our comic book or doing something, drawing or whatever, is an outlet too, because then you can just take that through therapy and stuff. I'm learning to take some of that energy that's bad, or that bad stuff, and okay, now I'm just going to spend that energy, instead of sleeping or being upset or being whatever. Now I'm just going to draw, and whatever, I'm going to get it out that way. And to be honest with you, sometimes I'll end up drawing for like 12 hours. Wow. Yeah, it just happens. You just go. I mean, artists will do that too. Any artist will do that. But sometimes if I'm like in a really bad place and I'm just going to draw, I'm just going to paint to get it going. Sometimes I'll go for 12, 13 hours. Wow. And just come out on the other side feeling better, tired, but better.
Absolutely. What advice would you give a young artist that has just been diagnosed with depression?
Find a good therapist. Don't be afraid to talk to your friends about it and let them know, because your friends will help you, and if they don't help you, then you don't need them. Okay, if someone's toxic in your life, get rid of them. And always, I tell people this anyway, if you're an artist, always have something to draw with. Even if it's just a piece of paper and a pencil, always. because A, you never know when inspiration is going to hit, but B, you never know when you're going to be in your head. And people with depression or anxiety or whatever will know what I mean. When you're in your head and those voices are in you and you really don't know where to go, sometimes the best place to go is a piece of paper, a blank piece of paper. It really is.
Have you found that art is significantly better or worse when you're affected?
Yeah, I'm the worst critic of my own stuff. I hate my own artwork. I hate all of it. So I don't know if I can answer that question. I mean, maybe I get more or less done. I really don't know. It's just, yes and no is really the best answer. Yeah, sometimes if I'm in it and I get going and I get a good rhythm going, yeah. Sometimes I'm just so miserable or so upset or whatever that I'll just draw and stuff. Then I'll look back going, wow, why did I do that? Let's put that away for now. No one needs to see that. Oh, there are pieces I've done fine. That Elsa piece I did. Ooh, let it go.
Do you believe that there is a stigma against those with mental health disorders?
Less than there has been in the past, because now there's not just treatment, but you can look it up and you can talk to people about it. But some people are still afraid to talk about it and admit it, because in some circles people make it seem like a weakness, and it's not. It's a disease. And you need help. Part of getting the help part of helping yourself is having others support you and help you. And like I said, just need to have somebody going, hey, I got your back, or hey, are you okay? And some people still won't do that. So yeah, there's definitely a stigma. It's not as bad as it was, say, like in the 80s or 90s. It's definitely gotten a lot better, but we could do more. People should be able to talk about it and not think that it's, because, oh, you're just looking for attention. No. Well, maybe some people are. Okay, I won't say nobody. Maybe some people are. But for the most part, if someone's talking to you about it, it means they want you to know about it, so that maybe X amount of time down the road, you can turn around and go, oh, wow, are you okay? You know, that's how we break the cycle. That's how we break the stigma.
This goes without saying, I'm sure you agree. Do you believe that seeking professional mental health and medication is a good step towards recovery? And is there any other outlets that people can do to help them out of a mental health crisis?
Yes, no, and maybe. Professional help is you definitely need to talk to somebody. You have to. Meds work for some people, meds don't work for some people. For the longest, for a little bit of a stretch, I was without it because it was clouding me up a little bit too much, and we had to adjust it because it's not, even it's a science, it's not an exact science, I believe. I think they're still trying to figure that out. So you got to find the right doctor and that wants to work with you, and you got to figure out, and you got to figure out other things. And I have no problem saying this too. For some folks, maybe that means, a lot of the studies out of Colorado where marijuana is legal and they're using it medicinally, and in California where they use it medicinally, they found that that's helping people as opposed to the narcotics like a Cymbalta or a Prozac or a Zoloft. So, you got to do that research. That's the thing with this, you have to take complete control of your disease. Like any other sickness, like me with my diabetes too, I need to take complete control of it and do the research and look for what's going to work for me and what doctors can help me get where I need to be. And then you got to work on it yourself. You have to always be working on yourself to make yourself better. And people will help you.
Definitely. Everybody's physiologically and biochemically different. So what might work for somebody, might not work for another, right? Is that fair to say?
Wait, I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Everybody's different the way they react towards medication. So what might work for somebody might not work for somebody. Would you agree with that?
That's 100% true. Something that I'm on may not work for somebody else, and vice versa, 1,000%. You just don't know. Like some people, I've known people who have been on Prozac for years and years and years and years and years, and it helps them. I had to switch because it just was killing me. I was a brick on the floor with it. But that's me. But I would never say if your doctor, you got to try it to see if it works for you, because it might be the thing that saves your life. For me, it's a lot of counseling and some low doses of Cymbalta. That's worked for me. So.
soda with thirsty. Hot over there.
Sorry.
Who do you thank for supporting your mental health?
My inner circle, definitely my friends, my sister. This guy sitting next to me. I know he's got my back even when I'm an asshole.
He's nodding, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's true though. He knows. I have a close circle of friends. My NYCFC friends, my Los Templados, my family. They have a lot of support for me. And just honestly, we're in Inbeon. A lot of the Inbeon guys have always been there for me. And then it's funny. I know people joke about it, but my dog too. He's like, I need that guy. Like I need him in my life, especially when I'm having a bad day. He knows. And then we'll hang out today. Like, okay, we're having a dog day. Cool. So, and there's got to be a lot of self-reliance too. You got to be ready. You got to be prepared to be alone in it. And you got to know what to do. And because you're not always going to know what to do, and it's not always going to be pretty, but as long as you can keep yourself away from the dark stuff, because that's the key. The goal is to always be here, never to not be here. So.
Amen. What piece of wisdom do you wish you would have had known when the depression started, or the illnesses or symptoms started?
I don't know when they started. I think I probably had them all my life, so I don't know. But I'm 44, so I wish there was a system in place like we have now. There was no internet. You didn't know anything about anything. No one talked about it. No one. So I was literally by myself, not knowing, thinking I was just a moron, thinking something was wrong, like not thinking that something was clinically wrong with me, but thinking like I was a bad person for it. So I wish there was just more knowledge and more openness like there is now.
And where can we find you?
FatGuyInc.com is the perfect place to go look for me and Brendan here. That's got the links to all our good stuff, like our Instagram, where we're very super active, and that's FatGuyInc2014. Plus, you can always check us out on Facebook at Fat Guy Inc. Or you can look us up also with Comic Bar Con, because we do that as well.